Welcome to the Night Files, where the unknown isn't just a story, it's a warning. Tonight's tale will take you beyond the stars, into something darker. What if aliens weren't here to explore, but to hunt? Brace yourself. This isn't just sci fi, it's a nightmare from above. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and don't look out the window. If this story creeps you out, hit that like button. Comment your thoughts. It helps us grow and tells YouTube you want more. Now, let the horror begin. Most people haven't heard of Dryvale Forest, Oregon. It's not on Google Maps. There are barely any trails. The U.S. Forest Service officially lists it as unsuitable for public access due to extreme topographic instability. But that's not the real reason it's sealed off. This story came to me via an anonymous whistleblower who claimed to have worked for the U.S. Department of Forestry. He contacted me after one of my live streams on the Green Sky events. He shared a compressed archive labeled verdantprotocol.zip, which included black-boxed maps, night vision cam photos, redacted police reports, and audio logs marked property of FEMA. Here's what he told me. In July 2009, four hikers went missing in Dryvale. Locals say it was the 19th group to vanish since 1998. The campers were all from Seattle, college-aged: Dylan, Mateo, Claire, and Bree. Their plan was a 3-day, off-grid backpacking trip into the center of Dryvale, near a place marked No Name Meadow on old military maps. Their phones were turned off, but what no one realized was that Dylan had brought along his father's emergency ham radio set for backup. At 3:13 a.m. on July 17th, a chilling signal was captured on a scanning net in British Columbia. The voice sounded panicked, garbled and static. Something above. No rotors, triangular. The sky is. Claire's gone. She was next to me. Just gone. We heard. Green light everywhere. I can't see my hands. The transmission ended abruptly. A search and rescue team was deployed within 4 hours. They found the campsite. 3 tents, 2 unzipped. No blood. No struggle. A single melted hiking boot. Then a tree 40 feet tall was cut clean through, straight across the trunk, as if with a laser. No burn marks. No ash. What the team couldn't explain was the grass near the tents. It had turned a sickly neon green and made clicking sounds when stepped on. All 4 hikers were declared missing. Case closed. 7 months later, in February 2010, a woman matching Claire's description was found naked and shivering on the side of a logging road in Tillamook County, 65 miles from Dryvale. She was unrecognizable at first. Her hair was completely white, her pupils massively dilated. No ID. Couldn't speak. But her fingerprints matched Claire B., declared dead months earlier. The police contacted her family. Her brother Mark visited her at St. Mary's Rehabilitation Hospital. He leaked some of their conversation to a now-deleted conspiracy forum called Gatewatch. Here's what he wrote. She kept whispering, "They put me in the hum. They fed me pictures. Light with no heat. Cold that sings. Doctors said Claire had severe neural scarring. Areas of her brain looked like they'd been repeatedly stimulated with high-frequency pulses. She screamed during MRIs and refused to look at ceiling lights. Claire drew obsessively, over 200 sketches of triangular vessels, some with glowing circles beneath them. One sketch shows people hovering in a vertical beam, their skin peeling off like paper. On March 2nd, 2010, she disappeared from the hospital. Security footage shows her walking out calmly at 2:17 to an empty street. She was never seen again. This is where things get darker. Verdant Protocol.zip included a 67-page PDF labeled USFS Ice-Sky Incursion Log. It detailed unauthorized aerial disturbances above Dryvale between 2007 and 2011. Drones sent to investigate often returned with fried circuits or didn't return at all. One page contained a list titled Greenfall Proximity Deaths, 24 confirmed, names redacted. Photos showed livestock liquefied in their fields, trees missing their bark in perfect cylinders, and multiple sightings of what one log describes as a silent, matte black object, triangular, floating 200 feet above canopy, emits deep frequency pulses, causes nausea, memory lapses, spontaneous nosebleeds. Another document showed a hand-drawn map labeled the grid overlaying Dryvale. It had zones labeled inert, safe, vibrant, signal active, hostile, radio blackouts, nausea. Ascent point, circled in red, marked do not breach. Then came the interview logs. Interview 04, subject Eric N., former USFS drone operator. We saw them take deer. Not abduct, not kill. Take, as in remove the matter. They lifted them, whole, and they went up into the air like dust. The air isn't right in Dryvale. It's not air. It's like a film, a screen. Something's being projected through it. In 2011, the Verdant project was terminated after 2 agents vanished during a blackout event called the Green Drop. All files were classified. A ham radio operator in Astoria, Oregon, known online as Mossnet42, claimed to have captured a signal from inside Dryvale. He uploaded a chilling 4-minute audio file to an encrypted mega folder titled Greenlast.mp3. The file included low-frequency hums, shrieks in reverse, later reversed to say, "Time ends here," a voice whispering coordinates in Morse. Then came the final message. "This is Claire. If anyone can hear me, I'm still inside." They don't move in time like we do. They see in roots, in shapes. We're just frames of a picture to them. They don't want Earth. They want us, as a frequency. There's no sky in here, just a ceiling of eyes. The folder disappeared 3 days later. Mossnet42 hasn't posted since. On April 14th, 2023, an unexplainable green aurora was spotted above Oregon, Washington, and Idaho with no solar activity. That same night, over 200 emergency calls were logged reporting flickering clouds, buzzing under the skin, voices from trees, children levitating in the backyard, speaking backwards. These reports never made the national news. I found them on the 9/11 Archives leak board, secretive data dump of radio logs. One note stood out. Don't look at the sky when it goes green. Don't listen to the hum. And if you hear your name from inside your head, run. They've already opened the canopy. My name is Russell Van. I used to work as a sheriff's deputy in Montrose County, Colorado. On January 7th, 1996, I received a call at 2:43 a.m. A man named Dr. Elliot Crane called. 911. He said his wife had disappeared. The dispatcher said it sounded like a mental breakdown. I was the closest unit, so I went. The roads were covered in snow. It was hard to drive, but when I got there, something felt wrong. The cabin was too quiet. Not peaceful, just dead. Elliot met me at the door. He looked pale and shaken. His hands were shaking. His eyes were wide open. He whispered. She screamed like her bones cracked before she vanished. The snow, it moved. Then she was just gone. I followed him to the backyard. There was a perfect circle in the snow. No prints, no drag marks, just smooth, too smooth, like something heavy had pressed down from above. I touched the snow. It was warm, warm in the middle of a snowstorm. Then I heard it, a hum, very low, almost not there, but I felt it in my teeth, like my body was reacting before my brain could understand it. Elliot dropped to his knees. He said, "They've done this before. In the 60s. My dad warned me. They don't take people. They dismantle them, like machines." Suddenly, the snow lifted. Not like the wind, like something invisible was standing there. A shape, 8 feet tall. No face, no light, just presence. Then Elliot screamed and vanished. No light, no sound. He just folded inward, like reality crumpled. I ran back to my cruiser, threw up on the snow. The radio came back. "Unit 3, do you copy?" I said it was a false alarm. I lied, but I kept one thing from that night. A sample of the snow. I froze it at home. It never melted. At night, it hums. After that night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about what Elliot said. They dismantle people. I started digging into his background. He worked at a private weather station, retired early, but something was off. I found an old article in a science journal. It mentioned a government test site called Site 17. No official record, just rumors. Somewhere in the Uncompahgre forest. The name kept coming up in old forums. Most of the posts were deleted, but one user shared a strange detail. Threshold field tests were meant to study atmospheric folding, not time travel, not wormholes, but the boundary between matter and non-matter. It sounded insane. Then I got a call from a blocked number. The man said,
"You were at the field. You have contamination. It's already mapped you."
I hung up. That night, my frozen snow jar cracked. The ice inside shifted on its own. No heat, no movement, just change. I dreamed of Elliot. He wasn't speaking. His skin was transparent. His insides were moving like clock gears. I woke up to humming under my bed. I took a trip back to the cabin, but it was gone. The land had been bulldozed. No record of demolition. No fire damage. Just flat dirt. I checked the county records. The cabin never existed. Elliot Crane's file? Gone. But I remembered one thing. He mentioned Black Forest signals. I found a retired radio operator who worked there in the 60s. He told me this. They weren't aliens. Not in the way you think. They were called observers. Their field tech breaks matter into layers. Skin, muscle, thought, even memory. They take you apart. Not to kill you. To understand what makes you human. He said Site 17 was shut down in 1971, but the fields sometimes reactivate, especially during magnetic storms, like the one we had that January. I asked him if there was a way to stop it. He said, "No. Once it maps your pattern, it finishes the dismantling process in stages. Sleep, memory, tissue, one by one." It's been 3 months since that night. I've lost 18 pounds. My dreams are louder now. Sometimes I wake up with blood on my sheets. No wounds, just blood. I tried talking to my old coworkers. They don't remember me. I'm not in any of the station logs. It's like I never worked there. I found a note on my kitchen table. Typed. No handwriting. Site 17, completion pending. Final layer, identity. My reflection is changing. I don't mean aging. I mean changing. My fingerprints no longer match the ones on my ID. My voice has a second echo under it when I speak. I tried recording it. The sound vanishes after 12 hours. Every time. I posted all of this online once. Within 24 hours, my account was deleted. IP banned. Even my emails bounced back. I think this will be my last message. If you ever find a warm patch of snow in the middle of nowhere, if you hear a hum below your ears, don't run. Don't scream. It already knows you're there. I've spent 2 decades exploring horror in all its forms. Paranormal, cryptid, human evil, but nothing has haunted me like what I'm about to share. This isn't just a scary story, it's something I found while researching off-the-grid reports on a private, shortwave community forum, cross-referenced with missing persons reports, ham radio logs, and some buried Reddit threads from 2008 to 2013. It begins in Fall Creek, Nevada, a desolate stretch near Route 117, a former amateur radio operator named Ben Croswell, 56, posted this before disappearing in late 2017. If you're reading this, stay away from 117. I'm not crazy. Something speaks from there on. 462.55 megahertz. I've recorded it. It's not human. Posted 2 days before Ben vanished. Ben lived alone in a cabin 5 miles off Route 117, according to his daughter Jessica, who shared her father's notes online. He'd recently gotten back into ham radio after retiring. He spent most nights scanning for signals, and that's when he caught the frequency. At first, it was faint static between 3:12 a.m. and 3:17 a.m. every night. Then came the clicking, 3 long, 2 short, 3 long. Repeated. Morse code? Not exactly. Then came the sound. Jessica wrote, "He made me listen to it one night on the phone. It was like someone breathing, wet, guttural, behind layers of static. Then a voice said something in reverse. I swear to God, it said my name." Ben became obsessed, started mapping signal strength, triangulating sources. He noted its power increased during rainstorms when the desert was soaked and electric in the air. Then, in his final journal entry, Ben scrawled, "It's moving. The signal isn't stationary anymore. It's following me." 2 days later, Ben's cabin was found empty. Front door wide open, radio still on. Tuned to 462.55 megahertz. In the background of his last recording was a faint but chilling whisper. "Your eyes see light, but your bones remember darkness." His body was never found. A year later, in 2018, a Reddit user named it GasDrain117 posted in r/nosleep. The post was removed after 45 minutes, but someone archived it. It read, "My cousin Manny went missing near Route 117. He was a tow truck driver. He radioed in about an abandoned black van sitting dead near the Nevada fuel line. No plates, windows covered in aluminum foil from the inside. He said the radio was fried when he approached. Then he screamed. Nothing but static for 6 minutes. Police found Manny's truck, driver door wide open, engine still running. No sign of him, just a note in the passenger seat. They speak in noise. They watch through mirrors. Don't let them answer. Later, local radio operators reported the exact same breathing pattern Ben had logged a year earlier, occurring in 5-minute cycles. Someone on the ham community board managed to decrypt a strange data burst embedded in the frequency. It translated to this: harvested 2, next 3, breach pending. In 2020, the entire community of Fall Creek, Pop. 87, was evacuated during a sudden electrical storm. No mainstream news covered it, but leaked documents from Nevada emergency response units referred to a localized EMP, anomaly, and unnatural sound resonance. A now deleted YouTube video by a drone hobbyist, archived by someone in the Deep Signals Discord, showed something even stranger. Footage revealed dozens of dead birds in perfect circles around electrical poles. Car engines dead in the middle of the road. No damage, just dead. A faint blue light flickering in the forest beyond Route 117. The drone's audio picked up a bizarre clicking again. 3 long, 2 short, 3 long, and faint words. We arrived before your language, before your time. You are not first. You are not alone. After that night, Fall Creek was declared a geological risk zone and all roads to Route 117 were rerouted. Now this is where it gets personal. In 2023, while doing a live stream on abandoned signals, I tried tuning my shortwave SDR scanner to 462.55 megahertz, and I caught it. It was 3:16 a.m. Static, then 3 tones, then breathing, and then
You are repeating the broadcast. Stop.
my stream shut off. OBS froze, and my monitor flashed solid green for 2 seconds. A day later, I received a package. No return address. Inside, a Polaroid of Route 117 under a storm cloud. A strip of audio tape labeled "Play Once." A note: you've been marked by the Watchers. I haven't gone near that frequency again, but someone should know. The signal is still active. It moves with the weather, hides in static, latches onto curious minds. If you hear the breathing, turn it off. If you hear your name, run. If you see lights above you and there's no sound, it's already too late.